Hello everyone. Welcome to OmniStudio Master Course Series. This is episode 3. Today we are going to cover data raptor extract. And in the previous videos, we have learned what is OmniStudio, overview of OmniStudio, and what is Turbo Data Raptor Extract. And today we are going to learn data raptor extract. So data raptor extract is also your name suggests like extract. You are fetching the data from the Salesforce. The use case of this are like getting the account details, fetch contact informations, retrieve opportunities, and in the future videos you are basically going through this omniscripts and omniscripts and flex cards. So there also you can see the basically use of data raptor extract. So and we have some options like when to use this and when to use turbo data raptor extract. So in extract, if you have complex queries like you have a child relationship, for example, you have a contact and you have a its child, then its child is also have its child, then you can go for this extract. If you have only the single query, you want only the contact details, then you can go for the turbo extract. So it support the complex queries like retrieving data involving parent-child relationships or multiple related objects. For example, you need to fetch account, then you need to fetch contact, then you need to fetch opportunities, then you can go for the extract data raptor. But if you have a requirement that you only need a single object query like account, contact, or opportunity, a single object only, then you can go for the turbo data raptor extract. Like this is the example. If you see, fetch an account along with its related contacts and opportunities. So by this requirement, you have to go through this extract data raptor, not the turbo data raptor. And in this extract data raptor, you return only the required fields. Whatever the fields you need, you can map only that fields. Here is a mapping concept we will learn when we do the demonstration. And let's go to the org and we'll do some examples how data raptor extract is working. So let's see. So let's search for the data mappers. Let's create new data raptor extract data mapper example. Let me select extract JSON, and this you can add it whenever you need to add some permissions so that only the user is having this permission can access only this permission set. And description you can add anything. Let's save it. So here if you see in the turbo mapper, we don't have this formula or mapping fields. We have just extract options. But here you see this extract formula mapping this thing also. So let's start it. So first you need to click on this plus button. The same thing here as well. You need to basically select the object in which we need to retrieve the data. So I'm extracting account and it which node the data is extract. So I'm getting any name you can basically add it, account details. And I want only active account. So let's fetch the filter equals to, we have some constant that we already learned in the last video. Okay, I have extracted, basically I have added the object, I have extracted the node. In this node we are getting the data and where is active account is so true. But if you go to the preview and execute, your query is executed but nothing is coming in the output. Why? Because in data raptor extract we need to configure the output by itself. So let's do it. We have this mapping options. So you have to create the mapping. Our our data is coming in the account detail nodes like this. If you see in this button, we have extract our data in this account detail nodes. So let's map this fields. I want account details name and output. Whatever the things I need to do in the output I can do myself, means whatever the name I need to want I can mention there as well. In data after extract we are creating output by ourselves. Basically whatever the output path we have to give, whatever the name you have to give, we can put anything. For example, I need to get the data in this form: account data dot full name. And in the output data type, I want whatever the data type it's have, so it's coming like this. Otherwise you can change the data type as well. You can add the default value, whatever the default value comes. If the if the record is not having the value, then you can pass only the also the default value here as well. So let's save, and new mapping we can add it. Type we can add account data, but in the output node you mention the account data, the same node you can mention in all the fields. Okay. And how we can separate this, segregate what after this node is coming? So using colon we can segregate the fields. So this field I need. So account data is a node, and inside we have this field. I want type. Next field I want what I want. Let me add account details colon industry. You can search it. You will get every option there in the search box. And in the output path, what node you have suggest? So account data, then industry. You can add anything if you want. Here you can add industry as well. You can change any name here. So this is the data wrapper extract. So whatever the output I want, I'm getting the same JSON output. So let's add it and let's preview it. Now you see I have put it the data in the account node. Inside that I have industry, type, and full name. Same like this in the mapping in the output, just output path. What things we are getting? The same thing I have configured it, and in the whatever the details are coming in this, these are basically in the extract account details. And from account details I want name, type, industry, and I want the output will be like this. Account data is a node. Inside that we have a full name, type, industry. Same thing I'm getting this. Okay. So there are some other options. I can also basically tell you this options. So here is basically platform cache. If I want, I can also put my data into the cache, so that after the next run, it will not basically go to the database and check it, the record, just in the cache to fetch the record. So it will be in faster in performance. And you can basically also add the minutes, means how much time the data will be there in the cache. So after 5 minutes, the data will be basically not there in the cache. You will hit again, and then updated data will be in the cache. So minimum time is 5 minutes. And also this check field level security before execution. So if you check this checkbox, so it will check when you are running this preview, basically when you are executing this data raptor, do you have a field access for particular field that you are extracting or not? If I uncheck this box, so everyone can execute this. But if I am check this, only the person who has access of account and its related fields can only access this data raptor. Okay. And this is the include null values in the response. For example, I have just fetch type. Okay. And in the backend record, the type value is empty, basically null. Okay. So it will not display in this preview. Okay. So if I check this checkbox, include null values, let me do the null value here. Basically fetch one account. Which account is there? Let me check. Just preview it first. Global media. Let's do it. Type I will mark it empty. This is global media, and type I will mark it as none. Okay, let's check it. Now you will see it's not including the null values, right? What type is having the null value, but it's not giving me because its value is null. But if I want, the field is coming regardless of its having null value. So let's check this option, include null values, and now the field is coming but the value is null. Okay. So by default it is unchecked, but if you want to include null values, you can also add this. Okay, so this is one example, and another example I want. Let's add one more field here. So let me delete this first. Okay, active account, and I want my name will become dynamically. So I'm selecting this equals to ACC name. So this ACC name is a variable. Consider here as a variable. So whatever the value I provide at runtime, it will take this and filter out the records. So how we can test this? So I just copy this name, variable name. Let's prove it in the parameters. You can add it. You can also add it in the JSON form as well, or in the directly key value pair as well. So ACC name, I want which record. I want this global media account is coming. Filter out only that record. So let's execute. You will get only this record. Okay. So now you will see we have account data node, but it is coming like an object. Why it's not coming like a list? So by default in the Salesforce, if you are fetching only the single record, it's coming in the object format. But if you have a more than one record, then it will come as a list. Okay. So we have learned so far what is data after extract, mappings in data after extract, and basically the variable how we can fetch dynamically the account details. Okay. Now I want the account and its corresponding context. What we learn in this basically here as well. Now fetch an account along with contacts and opportunities. So I want the contact and corresponding to its account. So how we can configure it? So first we are fetching account. Okay. Then I need to fetch contact. Now I need to add the node name, contact details. Now I need to select account ID equals to the account which I fetched from the above extraction steps. So above extraction steps output is there. This will be the node. So from this I need to fetch the ID. For fetching the ID, you need to use this colon. So in every OmniStudio tool, for getting the fields from the object, instead of dot, we are using in the basically the JSON. We are fetching using this colon field. We're using this colon, and after that we need to mention the name of the field. Okay. So here, what is basically trying to do? I'm getting the account where account is active and name equals to whatever the name I will mention at the runtime, and I also want its related contacts. So what I have done is, so I have just linked that account to this contact. So basically account ID equals to this account. So let's preview it. Now you don't see anything. Why you don't see anything? Because you have not add mapping for the contact. You have mapping for the account only. So you also need to do the mapping for contacts. Let's create the mapping. So I want contact detail node. Inside that I need contact ID, and I want contact data colon ID. Any name I can mention here. It's a JSON path. So whatever the output I need to do, I need to get. So basically whatever I can put it here. Let's save and add new. And I want contact data last name, contact details dot last name colon last name contact in output contact data colon last name. Let's save it. So two mappings I have added, contact ID and contact last name. Let's see in the preview. So here you see we are getting the account data, we are getting the contact data, right? But I want this account data and this contact data, because account is parent, so contact will be coming under this node, right? all this contact details will put under this account. So how we can do it, let's see. So here in the output path, what we need to edit here, so our main node is account data, right? I want all this contact detail will put under account data node. So you have to segregate using this colon, account data colon contact data colon id, means inside account you have to put contact details. Okay, same like this in the last name as well. I will change this output path, account data colon contact data colon last name. So inside the contact, inside account, we get all its related contact details. So let's preview it. Now you see we have one account and it's corresponding to contacts, right? So it's coming like in the correct form. Like we have account and corresponding to contact data details. So these are the mappings, extract part, and we already know about this options path. And this is the clone option. If you want to clone this data raptor to create some new data raptor, you can also do like this. And this formula field we will cover in the next video. So we will cover basically explore more option in formulas because it's very important in if you are doing in the basically in real time projects. This is very helpful. So we'll cover in the next video this part. And if you have any doubt to the previous video and this video, you can basically add a comment. I will basically check your comment and will resolve your queries. And guys, if you really like this video, please like, share and comment. And also don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the latest videos, you will get the latest notifications of upcoming videos. And yeah, that's all about it, and we will meet in the next video. Will be on the formulas on data raptor extract. Yeah, thank you.